got to keep studying. I must get an A on this history test, but I'm so tired. Where am I? And how do I get out of here? Oh, I guess I should try one of these doors. 1773? What does that mean? Ooh, look at that old ship. Hey, what are those guys dressed like Indians? This is strange. And those boxes, and what are they doing? Why are they throwing those boxes into the water? Wait a minute. Could this be the Boston Tea Party? I mean, I guess those could be boxes of tea going into the river. And, let's see, the Boston Tea Party, it happened in 1773. That's it. Well, let me try another door. I gotta get out of here. 1955? So what's in this? A bus. Okay. I see a bus and a lady, and she's getting on the bus. She sits down. Now, wait, why is that guy telling them to move to the back of the bus? And that lady, she won't. I know what this is. That must be Rosa Parks, and she's refusing to move. Oh, and that's right. They're coming to arrest her. Yes, that is exactly what it is. That happened in 1955. So each door must represent a year. Let's see, this one is 1861. Okay, what happened in 1861? I know that was right at the beginning. Aha! I recognize that's Fort Sumter. And those submarines, that's right, they've got to be from the Confederacy, and the fort is being held by the Union soldiers. This is the attack on Fort Sumter. Now I remember from the history book, it said that the Union soldiers tried to protect the fort, but the Confederacy attacked all night. And eventually, I think I remember correctly, the Union soldiers actually surrendered. Wow, those are some big explosions. This is kind of scary. Oh yeah, see, they're surrendering. I was right. This is the attack on Fort Sumter, the seminal event in the beginning of the Civil War. And that happened in 1861. In 1969, a lot of things were happening then. That's the lunar module. This is the surface of the moon? Hey, and that must be Neil Armstrong.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
That's exactly what I remember him saying. And now he's collecting the soil sample. He's planted the flag, and there's Buzz Aldrin coming to take his picture. This is so cool. That was in 1969. Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. I don't understand why this is happening. And I do have to admit, though, seeing the surface of the moon is pretty cool. Maybe there's some other really neat places I can go. See, this one says 1806. Well, let's see. Alright, it looks like a fort. I recognize those guys. That's Lewis and Clark.
We're the Corps of Discovery. We've made it all the way to the Pacific Ocean.
I see someone else coming. Hello. I am Sacagawea. I was the guide and interpreter for Lewis and Clark. Well, that's really cool. Now I want to go exploring. You can, but be careful. Imagine exploring out in the wilderness where no one's been before. Ah! Quicksand, help! Thank you, Sacagawea. You're welcome. Wow. I'll be careful, but I've got to see the Pacific Ocean. Wow. So 1806, Lewis and Clark's expedition. Let's see what we have here. 20,000 BC! Well, this should be very interesting. We're inside of a cave. I see some cave paintings. Think I'll explore. Beautiful cave paintings. Oh my goodness! Hello! There's a snake! Oh, thanks for killing that snake. Oh, I see. You paint what you kill. Interesting. Ah! A mammoth! How did a mammoth get in this cave? Alright, well, I gotta get out of here. This is too dangerous. 20,000 BC. So that's when the cave paintings of Lascaux were actually created. Wow, that is pretty cool. Alright, let's see what's up next. 1775. Ah, this should be good. That's 1 year before the Declaration of Independence. In fact, I think I recognize that
Regulars
church.
are coming! The regulars are coming!
Yes, that must be Paul Revere. They called the British soldiers the regulars.
Wake up the town! Wake up the town!
I'll help.
Paul Revere said the regulars are coming! The regulars are coming! The regulars are coming!
Wow, 1775, the midnight ride of Paul Revere, and I was there. Let's see, 500 BC. Okay, so this is definitely something from ancient times. I recognize that architecture. It looks like ancient Greek architecture. And those women over there are working on creating pottery. Now they're letting it sit out in the sun to dry. So next it'll go into a kiln, and the heat from the kiln will turn the pottery back to that reddish brown color. So now after it's cooled off, they come and pick it up, and that's when they add on all of the designs. So I wonder what they'll make. They use a black slip, I think, to create all kinds of patterns and pictures of things. I'm pretty sure that's what I remember reading about in my history book. Ooh, look at those. So 500 BC, examples of ancient Greek black figure pottery. (1940). I'm pretty sure that was during World War II. And this could be kind of dangerous. Oh yes, I recognize that. That city, that's London. And you can see the Nazi airplanes and the Allies. The Nazi airplanes are trying to bomb London, and the Allied planes are shooting the Nazi planes down from the sky. I remember reading that there was a lot of destruction in London, and they called it the London Blitz. Wow. A close-up look at the... Whoa, that bomb didn't explode. Okay, I see. I remember reading that they would put up signs that said unexploded bomb to protect people. I'm getting out of there. That's way too dangerous. So 1940, the bombing of London in World War II. So let's see. What could be next? 80? What could have happened in the year 80? That's still considered ancient times. Oh, this looks like the Colosseum. And the Colosseum is in Rome.
You there! Welcome to the Colosseum! First up, Gladiator versus Gladiator! Next, the chariot race. And here we have gladiator versus lion. Gladiator versus winged monkey.
I will defeat you!
Wait a minute. Talking winged monkeys? I don't remember that in ancient Rome. This can't be. This must be some kind of weird dream. I must wake up. I must wake up. Oh no, it's 8 a.m. I'm late for school. No time for breakfast. I gotta get to my test. I did it! I got an A!